Part 17 of fixing up this old dump truck. Our goal is to get this beast back on the road so that I can continue making a driveway. Our biggest problem right now is we don't have any brakes. A lot of you guys confirm my sad suspicions that whoever put this can on last put actually this one and that one on improperly. This is the bleeder, so as the air leaves, it's supposed to come out of here. As you can imagine, air is at the top, so it's probably up here somewhere, but our bleeder is down there. So we're gonna try and get back in here, loosen up this whole can, rotate it 90 degrees, and retighten everything. Now that's the plan. Whether it's gonna go that way, we're gonna find out. Per the usual, step one is we need to grab our little soft kneeling pad. Unfortunately, I already know we don't have a wrench big enough. This is what we'll try and use. Basically, it grabs on kind of like a pipe wrench slash wrench, but at least it will open up wide enough. It should accommodate that. This is the other part of the system that makes it happen. We'll just pop this end off. But actually, that gives me an idea. Highly, highly unlikely, but maybe it is not that tight and we can get a set of Knipex on there. Of course, we want our work light. Let's grab a rag, take all of our equipment, and let's go get comfy back here. Put that up here. From my understanding, this big nut right here actually is what tightens everything. So if we loosen this collar, I guess we'll call it, slash nut up, we should be able to then rotate this 90 degrees, retighten that nut, and it should keep it in place. Of course, that's a perfect world, so we'll see how that works. Yep, that's what I thought. If we get some more leverage on it here, we'll try and give it a twist. There we go, we're moving. That was a pretty big stupid moment, but that's why I like to include the stuff in videos, because everyone does it. I was literally trying to tighten it right there. And a lot of the times when you get in a hurry because we're trying to beat the daylight, that stuff happens. Give this a big squid. Oh, it just broke loose. Nice. We're literally finger loose, and we have fluid leaking, so a little too loose. Let's see if we can't rotate this. Oh, not at all. I have a feeling there might be tension on this still. Let's try caging this. That should pull this out. Actually, first, let's see if it's even applied. Push to release. So we actually are not even applied. Let's try caging. Sockets in an impact. All right, so that should have all of our tension from this parking brake actually being applied, pushing into this drum. Man, that just still will not move. Let's get a tool on there to rotate somehow, some way. Let's see if we can grab onto this fitting here. Maybe have some leverage to put, oh, there we go. Moving a little bit. All right, it looks like we are so close. I just don't want to go any farther. I think I finally maxed this out, and it is really tight. I don't want to break anything. But we are way better than what we started with, so let's snug that nut back up. First, we'll get it hand tight. Throw our Knipex on there, and then snug it up. Move this on to the next aisle here for round two. Actually, I forgot we gotta put this back in. Now we're ready for round two over here. With that nut broke free, this whole can must be one less revolution because I can kind of pretty freely move it. I think I spoke too soon. Well, I bumped that. That's not good. But this can is actually seized to the nut because when I move these both, they're both moving together and I can't get them quite to separate. You can even see those are pretty well kind of rusted together. Let's get them free in there. Let's see what this can do for us. Actually, maybe we can throw this on here. We've got the pipe wrench style on the actual cylinder here. Then we've got our Knipex on the nut. And I am just not winning right here. There's just not much room to work with. Without the proper wrench size, this is just way harder than it needs to be. I got quite the conglomeration going on here. We're gonna give her one last good old college try here. And our light died, so let's go grab something else. We've got the one pinned in the gravel here. Got the pipe wrench on top. And we're just gonna give it everything we got and pull. We're brace for impact here, boys. Come on. Come on. Go. Holy cow. We are looking vertical on the bleeder. And we're all nice and tight. I think it's time to hop in the truck, test it out, try and bleed these, and keep our fingers crossed. Because unfortunately, ready or not, it's nighttime. The left side is what they tell you to start with in the manual, so we'll at least put this over here, get everything ready. So we should be able to just crack this open. Oh, listen to that. That goes to show we already have air in here. That makes me feel so much better. I really feel like we're about to have some working brakes here, just the amount of air. Listen to that, just sitting up in there. Yeah, I have a feeling that we just solved this problem. Yeah, let's go see if we can get some air out. Tell you what, to be safe though, let's just do this just in case. I needed 2 hands for that, but basically I just got a ton of air out of there. I know we're not ready for this side yet, but let's at least hit it before we recycle everything, because I have a feeling a lot will come out of here too. And the foam doesn't lie, it sure did. Back in the truck, and we'll cycle that back and forth 3 or 4 more times. Yep, there's a bunch more foam and air that came out. Looks like we're a little bit low, and I know you're thinking, Mark, you know what happened the last time we filled this up? Yeah, but I really do think this time it is actually low. I think it's taking it. It's sad to say I've probably went through like a gallon of this unnecessarily trying to bleed it when I could just never get the air pocket because that wasn't in the right position. But just like the brake system, at least running this much fluid through it is pretty much a system flush. So we'll have all fresh fluid. This just took about 1/4 gallon. We'll check, but I kind of think it's still low. Yeah, we are still low. Well, let's double check ourselves here. Check with park brake applied. Parking brake is out and applied. Go on to our last gallon here. With that topped off, we're gonna give it one last bleed. Everything's sounding really good though. Both of these done. I feel good about it. Let's go see what our pedal feels like now. I would call that a huge success. I wish I could say the brakes are 100% done, but I realize that that sensor we put on is opposite of what we need for the brakes. Unfortunately, after all my nice custom wiring, I hate to say that that isn't correct. I tried unplugging, switching terminals. I don't know which way it is. We either need to normally close or normally open, and we have the normally opposite of that. I'll find that same sensor in a different closed open. I'll just try both and see what we need. But boy, does that feel good to have some brakes that don't sit there and whine and actually work. That right there is why I always trust your gut. I kept thinking, now it's probably been like this for years. The bleeder is probably just supposed to be there, even though normally it's vertical. It's just, and, you know, it came like that. It's been like that. Nah, just trust your gut. And that was the lesson of tonight, and we have brakes because of it.